Are we back? That was pretty fucked up. I'm... That's twice now. But it like went offline. Like the first time it was like my computer crashed, but this is unacceptable as well. I'm glad we're back. And thank God, Rumpel is still here for us to console us after that really tough time with the internet. Anyway, forgot his voice for a second. I have no white lilies to give you this time, my sweet princess, but I will offer anything else you would need for me to apologize for my advice earlier today. Pause mid-ad even. I hope you didn't have to watch the ad, like 2 ads, to get back in. That'd be fucked up. I can offer anything! My words, my body. That's really weird. I cut Rumpel off as I'm not in the mood for his usual behavior. You are always like this. All you ever do is flirt. Any meaningful thing you try to say is lost in the flattery you constantly give to people. It is shallow. You're right. What? I stare at him. Rumpel is still smiling, but it is not the same confident grin he wore earlier. Somewhere deep in my memories, I remember someone telling me off just like this. Don't worry, we still have the one you have us. Don't worry, what? No, it actually killed the ad before it finished. Win for me! Fuck yeah, dude. Epic dub. And since there's no pre-roll because I ran an ad. Don't worry, still the one you use. Oh yeah, but like 1 petal or whatever. Whoops, did I read that? I have no idea. Many people enjoy flattery, princess, and a lot of people are receptive to flirting, but nothing can measure up to a genuine compliment. But I stand by what I said before, in that making a person happy is a good deed. Look, I'll show you. Thank God. Rumpel shifts so he's looking right at me, and I notice that his smile is gone. Wagon, of all the women I've met, you are the most straightforward and honest. Many do not have the courage or the confidence to exhibit those qualities. And that's why I admire you, and why I will always take your words to heart, because I know you will always speak the truth. I look into Rumpel's eyes, which have a gentle shimmer despite the darkness. For a few moments, his words float around in my head. No one has ever called my bluntness honesty before, and no one has ever complimented me for it. Rumpel told me before that I deserve to be spoiled. Maybe it's because he sees the things I do in a more positive light. This is off topic, but happy Friday the 13th. So true! Happy Friday the 13th! Hell yeah! That was my, go live message. Since I got my little panel back and I don't have to bitch about it anymore. My, you're struck speechless by that, aren't you? You look cute with your cheeks so rosy, my sweet prince. He fucking ruined it, that's really funny. I glare at him and Rumpel just laughs in response. I put a hand to my cheek, suddenly self-conscious. Rumpel what the fuck? Rumpel smiles at me, but it is not the usual playful smile. Right now, he almost looks serious. Did he mean what he just said? Hold on. Let me fucking find out. Tell him off. Which honestly makes sense because he fucking ruined it. You know, I'm not gonna question that. Okay. Anyway. Why did you have to be so dramatic when you gave me that compliment? I was dramatic! I cross my arms and Rumpel grins at me. I can't help it, princess. I am dramatic by nature. A compliment is, in some ways, a performance. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. So you did not mean what you said. No, I did. I swear I did. I was trying to show you how making a person happy could be a good deed. You did a terrible job. Complimenting a person on appearances is easier than complimenting them on their demeanor. You have to know the person for that. I meant what I said, princess, and I swear that that wasn't just me trying to weave spectacular words together. Earlier, I bet you made a niece happy too. You were spying on our conversation? I would never! I just happened to be making my way down the stairs very slowly. You don't even know what I was apologizing for. No, but you thought you had to after you listened to her, didn't you? I listen far more than you do. Princess, you've shattered my heart so many times there are permanent cracks. But do not worry. The cracks in my heart allow even more of you to make your way into it. That's kind of nasty somehow. I don't know how to describe it. Rumpel awkwardly laughs when I remain silent. Anyway, there are different kinds of listening, Princess. Listening to sympathize is one kind. Trying to put yourself in someone's shoes, trying to understand them, that is one of those ways. Then there is the kind of listening that is shallow, one that pretends to listen without ever letting the words into their heart. Words are fickle things. Mother always told me that people lie and that they would say whatever benefited them. It is foolish to trust words. What if Phineas had been lying to me? Why would I put so much blind faith in people? Because more often than not, people are good, Princess. I let out an exasperated sigh. Sometimes I cannot tell if I'm angry or confused by Rumpel. I'm annoyed, personally, but whatever. Ah, what a beautiful sound. It was as if the wind itself was gently tickling my ear. I slide away from him and scowl. Your scowl is adorable too, and you have such delicate lips. Right. I'm still convinced that his earlier compliment was just a lie. How can he say something genuine and then slide right back into his pitiful flattery? For a moment, silence falls, and I find to my surprise that it is not awkward being alone with Rumpel. Got a pop-up for a Twitch survey? What the fuck? Slay? Thank you, Twitch. Thank you for the survey. What kind of survey was it? Was it like, how are we doing? Tell them bad. Tell them no ads. Tell them no ads, fuck you. That'd be the dream. That'd be the dream right there. Anyway, will you accept my apology for earlier? I promise I'll never try to get you to flirt with anyone ever again. Thank you, that'd be really cool. Besides, if you flirted with another man and then grew fond of him, I would be devastated. That would never happen. You didn't let me finish. I was going to say that I would be devastated because that would mean your heart belongs to someone else and my heart belongs to no one. I will steal it like a thief in the night. That will also never happen. If not, then I'll settle with making you smile at least once, because I'm sure you would smile as brightly as the sun if you smiled. You are unreasonably persistent. Love is a persistent endeavor, Princess. A man in love stops at nothing to win over the woman that he so adores. Then you must be in love with many women. I stand up. I would appreciate you just complimenting me when you mean it. But Princess, I mean every one of my compliments. I have no energy to chastise him right now. What? Shut the fuck up. At least I no longer have that anger inside from earlier. It's been a long day, and I'm going to bed. Would you like company? Have I heard of any of these expensive clothing brands? I lied. Age range, I lied. Gender. Picked what are you, a cop option. So true. She's gone now. Well, welcome home. I'm sorry that happened to you. The fucking Twitch ad, I'm sorry, the YouTube ads, I'm always like, I'm just staring at it until it's like, skip the video. I'm like, thank you, I will. You already have all my information anyway. You know exactly what I've heard of, exactly what age I am, and exactly what I have going on. You know where I've been, you know what I've looked up, everyone knows. Based on information that is shared between Google and every other website ever. It didn't cover the screen, just popped up on the bottom. And thank God. Get the fuck out of here. No wonder your goofy ass survey. Did I read this? Maybe. Oh, I didn't mean. Good night, Rumpel. Good night, Princess Wagon. I make my way back to the tavern, feeling surprisingly light. Like I have a Google phone. No, yeah, exactly. And it's like every time I accept cookies on any website, they all know exactly what the fuck I've got going on. It's a little ridiculous. Still, even if Rumpel's words might make me happier than I care to admit, he is not doing a very good job of helping me with my curse. I might have to do this on my own after all. I don't think anyone's helped us so far. We just kind of coast through the everything. What a brilliant day! The sun is shining. I was really excited to have Rumpel gone, but here he is again. The town is full of laughter, and I have my sweet princess here to accompany me. I cannot help but groan at Rumpel's optimism, because we were both sent out to run errands. Because everyone thinks we make a wonderful couple. No, because we're partners. Partners, a couple, it may as well be the same thing. Half the time, Rumpel says some deep things, but then he says things like that. It's like he has two personalities. No, it is not the same thing at all. I take out the list and scour it for the things we need to buy. More than half of it is already crossed out. I glance at the bags Rumpel is carrying. He refuses to let me carry any of them, insisting that it would be impolite to force the load on me. That leaves me with list duty, this is a lot more laid back than what I have to do at the march-in. No one thinks that? Wait, fuck. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, yeah, that worked together. Right, okay. Got it. No, margin, okay. Okay, now we have the general medicine restock for Anise. My area of expertise! Never fear, my sweet princess, I will find everything we need! We already have a list. But Rumpel just hums enthusiastically as we continue on our way, and I'm not entirely sure if he heard me or not. We arrive at the little medicine shop in the Central Plaza. This is not the Central Plaza, by the way. We are never back here. This is the alleyway. Idiot, don't even know their own locations. A man exits through the front door, coughing so loudly people turn their head and stare at him. I wait for the man to pass so that I can open the door to the store, but then I notice that Rumpel hasn't budged beside me at all. His eyes do a quick scan of the man before he slowly begins to walk toward him. Dude, cough into your elbow? Yeah, you're nasty. Sir, you are sick. What's it to you? Even if I was sick, lad, there's nothing I can do if I don't have any money. Besides, it's not like this will kill me. It's just a cough. How long have you had your cough, sir? Seems like such a minor thing, but Rumpel suddenly looks so serious about it. He looks at the man with his eyes slightly narrowed, as if trying to see past him. It's been with me for more than 3 days. Coughs are pesky things, aren't they? They're usually the last thing to go, but at least they're not deadly most of the time. Even if you can't buy the medicine, sir, there are at-home remedies that might help with your cough. Boy, I've already tried warm tea. My wife's given me enough of that. Water is good for your throat too, sir. Any kind of steam works too. If the cough is riddled with mucus, it'll be easier to expel with steam. When you can't afford the medicine, sometimes the simple things will help, and coughs stay for a while, so don't fret if you can't get rid of yours immediately. Well, I appreciated the advice. Not exactly what a doctor would tell me, but it'll have to do. The man thanks Rumpel before walking off. I notice Rumpel looking down at the ground, a rather forlorn expression on his face. Is what he said true? About what, princess? About doctors not giving advice about at-home remedies. Most of the doctors don't believe in such things. They always think that medicines work better than at-home or herbal remedies. Are we doing holistic health right now? Like, the medicines do help, but sometimes they aren't necessary. Yet you just gave him advice. Not everyone can afford medicine. Being a doctor means helping people, not taking advantage of their sickness to steal their money. Money was never a problem at the palace. Whenever I was sick, the palace staff made sure that I had the best and most effective medicines. Do you remember what you were like as a doctor? I wanted to help everyone that showed up at my doorstep. Sometimes I couldn't, and it frustrated me. I prescribed medicines when necessary, and gave enough advice other times, and when things were dire, I performed small operations. He does seem a lot more serious when he is talking about health. I can't believe he's a fucking doctor. That's crazy. Rumpel was silent for a few moments before his eyes light up once again. Anyway, shall we go stock up on our medicine? Forget Advil. Just give little Billy some essential oils and he'll be back to rolling in the mud soon. So true. Yes, he's an essential oil fan. Let's go. What's that company called? I don't even remember. I thought you said medicine wasn't always helpful. Because it's not. But I also know that Anise uses mostly herbs, and that she tries to handle things without too much medication. She's quite capable. I can't believe there's a new store, but it's the exact same model as the toy store with different shit on the shelves. I love that. I'm a huge fan. Every location. Okay, wait a minute. You could have done that with like the bakery or whatever. Those could have been like baked goods back there or some shit. What the fuck? Where was the flare in Karma's route? Yeah, this is really familiar. Well, there's cake mix in the corner. This could have been the bakery. Shut the fuck up. Boo! Karma didn't get her just desserts. Anyway, we enter the shop, and in no time at all, Rumpel spots the items on our list. We use up the rest of our money to buy the medicines and remedies that we need, and then we head back to the begin to head back to the top. Oh my god, you cannot be fucking shitting me. Karma did not get her just desserts. We were in there for one line, maybe two, and we're already gone. But we made a whole background for that store. We better be back there again. I'm so fucking pissed. On the way there, Rumpel strikes up a conversation again. Very glad to hear from him, thank God. So, Princess, have you given any thought to what I said before? About what? You've already forgotten? About making people happy. What? You know, you could make me happy right here and now by giving me a kiss on the cheek. I stare blankly at him before walking away. No, thank you. And alas, my hopes are dashed again. When we are at the outskirts of town, I pause and turn around. It is as if I can feel eyes at my back, but I do not see anyone openly staring at me. Is someone watching me? I suddenly feel warmth in my hand, then fingers interlace through mine. Rumpel pulls me a little closer, his expression oddly gentle. Don't worry, my sweet princess. You're safe with me. You're gonna make me so sick. Look, I'm just being honest. I can make myself happy and throw you in the river. So true! Just like that one girl in Rod's arc. They'd be the same. Ugh. Suddenly his face is a lot closer to mine, and I can see his features more closely. It is like the night in the forest, except his face is not marred by the same shadows. There is caution in his eyes, but it is not directed at me. Did you see someone following you? No, I just thought I felt someone looking at me. Better to stay together then. We begin walking again. The two of us begin to head back to the merchant. Rumpel has all the bags in one hand now. He hums a little bit as we walk. It is remarkably peaceful, so much so that I do not even mind him holding my hand. It suddenly feels a lot safer. I am so lost in reverie that I do not even notice when we turn and go in the opposite direction. Daytime Forest! Hi! Hi, Daytime Forest! Love her! This is not the way back to the merchant. On the contrary, it's just a more scenic path. Don't you like the forest, princess? The shafts of light coming through the canopies, the soft blades of grass that tickle your ankles. Yeah, the blades of grass that I think are bugs, so that's really fun. It is such a romantic place. No matter what he says, this does not lead back to the merchant. It is not a scenic path or a path at all. Hold on. Stop walking. Why? Keep walking would make more sense. But whatever. I am not upset. I instantly root myself in place, and even though Rumpel is far taller than me and far stronger, he stops after noticing that I am no longer walking. Oh, princess, do you want to stop and admire the scenery? Why are you taking me through here? I do not care about scenery, and I do not care about walking anywhere with you. Ah, princess, your honesty really is a treasure. One day I will make it so you enjoy going places with me, not just holding my hand. Can we bury him here? I hope so. I quickly slide my hand out of his, my face feeling somewhat hot. Ah, there's the sweet rosiness to your cheeks. You never answered my question. It's a detour. We were only going to be in here for a few minutes. If you thought you saw someone's eyes on you, it's better to divert their attention away from the margin. And before you say it's dangerous, yes, it is, but we're still not far enough away from town to worry about safety. And I believe I can protect you. Won't you compliment my cleverness, sweet princess? He takes a step forward, bridging the short distance between us, and then suddenly his fingers are around my wrist again. Ooh, red flag. But he does not lace his fingers through mine. Instead, he takes my hand in his and pulls it up to his face. Another red flag. That's crazy. Before I realize that my hand is on his cheek, his hand cupping my own. Please don't be another picture. Nah! Princess, you can trust me. Always. I mean, I can sense that sometimes you trust me, sometimes you don't. But you don't need to be so cautious around me. I shower you with compliments because I believe you deserve them. I tell you that I enjoy being around you because I do. I should be. Oh, wait, shit. I got really into it. He looks like if you punch. If you punch him, he'd fold like a launcher. So true. I should be focusing on his words, but all I can look at are his eyes. What do I need to do for you to fully trust me? Well, stop touching me with your ugly-ass spider hand, please. Mother told me that people lie, so how can I trust that everything he says is the truth? Perhaps if I stopped throwing compliments at you, you would not be you without all the compliments. No, that was your opportunity. I don't know. I don't want to look in his eyes. I'm too unfortunately his hand is fucking me up so bad. It's not even funny. So, thank God this game is free. If I had to pay for this shit, I'd be so pissed. What am I saying? I always complain about his compliments, but the thought of Rumpel without compliments is strange. So you do enjoy my compliments, sweet princess? No, What? Have words deserted you? I understand. Being so close to me would have that effect on any woman. Something bright and angry flares up inside of me. Something that I don't understand. I pull my hand away from him, a scowl on my face. Thank God. Was it my big mouth again, princess? Come on, let us go back to the march-in. I will be right back. I hate him so much, it's unreal. Funniest shit you could say. Because, no, you're so right. It's not even funny. I'm not compelled by his arc. Like, Rot had me for a minute. Like, his was an interesting one to go through. I was frustrated and, like, I wanted to know more about what was going on with him. He's boring. He's boring, uninteresting. I don't care. We started his arc. I haven't cared. We really need to get through it ASAP. I start walking ahead and Rumpel rushes to catch up with me. I clench my fingers and let out a silent sigh. Rumpel was being nice to me again, but I always reject his kindness because it cannot be real. Line break. Days go by. Oh, that's a time skip. Okay, got it. Days go by. I consider Rumpel's advice, but I refuse to flirt with anyone again. But I have no idea how to make anyone happy. Rumpel told me that I cannot make anyone happy without knowing anything about them and listening to them like I did with a niece. But what reason do I have to listen to people? This is so frustrating. Days later, Rumpel and I sit at a table waiting for our work orders. Rumpel is on the verge of conversation when we suddenly hear Parfait speaking in the doorway. Rumpel picks up on the words before I do and rushes over to the front door. He looked almost nervous. Who is at the front door? I excuse myself briefly, telling Anise that I will be back. I make my way over to the front door, and there I see 3 people in conversation. There is Rumpel, Parfait, and a very pale man. He looks, Darker than Rumpel, actually, but go off. The pale man looks like death itself, like he might just keel over. Is that the guy we were talking to earlier? I can help him! Rumpel. He needs help. He can stay in my room instead. I can even restock the medicines on my own if need be, so please let me help him. There's a desperation in Rumpel's eyes that I've never seen before. He looks at Parfait pleadingly, all the while holding the man by the shoulder to steady him. What is happening? Oh, Princess, this man heard about Rumpel through one of the men at the tavern. He's sick and doesn't have a lot of money to pay for treatment. He came here seeking Rumpel. He must have been able to find this place because he was cursed. Does he even have the money to pay? We're Toontown. I mean, technically it'd be over by now anyway, but Remy's internet is being redone and they just kind of left in the middle of redoing it. So he'll be back on Monday. Blame the Wi-Fi people. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, the situation. So we've been Cinderella phenomenon-ing all evening, which has been a fucking blast. I'm lying. Rumpel's arc is the worst. It's boring. It doesn't have anything interesting going on. He's just annoying. Like, Rod was our brother, so that was interesting. Not good, but interesting. And then Karma was a woman, and that was interesting. Good. But he was kind of annoying, so, you know. Anyway, Rumpel turns to me with a frown on his face. I've never seen him look at me so sternly. Princess, you remember what I told you before? He was insistent that a doctor's #1 priority was to help their patient regardless of their monetary situation. Take him to your room then, Rumpel. I will have Anise assist you, if she's willing. No, Anise need not worry herself. I think she'd want to help you. The two cut their discussion short when the man starts coughing, a terrible hacking cough that paralyzes him. Rumpel steadies him, and then he begins to slowly move him toward his room. Don't worry, Princess. He'll be fine. What? I can see the worry on your face. Rumpel will be fine. Why would I worry about Rumpel? Because it is not like you to worry about someone you don't know at all. He looked so alarmed. I've never seen Rumpel look like that before. It's not like him. Rumpel knows what he's doing. I'll have someone else assist you with serving today, so no worries. Parfait comes through on her promise. When I go back to the bar, both Anise and Rumpel are gone. Karma, or Miss Karma, is there instead, looking disgruntled. Love her! Hi! Waltz would be better at this. Why do I have to help? Because Waltz is busy doing his puppet shows, and Rumpel is helping a sick man. Oh, well, I guess there's nothing to do about this then, other than enjoy it. He flips his hair and smiles brilliantly. I will attract all of the customers today. Perhaps we should have a competition, Princess. Should we, like, clean stuff now? No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, get this guy out of here. He's disgusting. He's sick. He's gross. Someone get the Clorox wipes. And maybe I'm, like, a germaphobe now, but I was like, ugh. I keep thinking, like, plague. Every time we mention, like, a sickness in this, I'm like, oh my god, the Black Plague is going to happen. It's fucking over. We're all dead. Maybe that's his bad arc. That would be so funny. It would not be funny, but it would at the same time. Anyway. Compete with yourself. I'm really not in the mood for karma right now. Then I shall definitely compete with myself because challenging yourself is important. This is not his voice, but whatever. Karma picks up waiting tables fairly easily. I notice that he speaks very fondly to the girls, but they are not as receptive as they are with Rumpel. Many times they ask Karma where Rumpel is, and he seems agitated when he tells them that Rumpel is busy. They seem just as irritated. Once my break starts, I meet Karma at the bar. He looks depressed. I guess if you and Rumpel competed to woo girls, he would win. Like, at least bring him through the back and not through the eating area. Yeah, or what the fuck? Hello? Oh! Darling, if I were to shed my disguise right here and now, I would be the clear victor. Since without this disguised woman would flock to me, it is rather uncomfortable to have every woman in Angel fall in love with you. You look like you're judging me, Princess. Because I am. If only you understood my plight. Karma and Rumpel may speak similarly, but they are still so different. Karma is the type to complain. Rumpel never complains. Okay, well, I'm Karma's whore, so you need to stop talking bad about him immediately. I don't know. I still love you in that outfit. He's... I miss him so much. Him being here during Rumpel's arc made me 10 times more attracted to him. And that's crazy, because it was, like, minor. After his dog shit arc. What the fuck? That shit was ass. He's overworking himself for someone else, just like he went out of his way to apologize to me many times. Karma overworked himself too, but whatever. It's fine. My heart sinks a little bit as I think of him and Anise helping out the sick man. Rumpel did not even want Anise going up there, so he probably wouldn't want me up there either. I could try to go visit him, or I could go back to my room. Hold on, let me check. Go to Rumpel's room. Against all odds, that is the correct choice. I think I'll go check on him. Check on Rumpel? I hadn't realized I was speaking aloud. I look at Karma, who furrows his eyebrows at me slightly. I honestly don't know how you can stand him as a partner. Why do you dislike Rumpel so much? A lot of things, Princess, but that fight between us doesn't But that fight is between us and doesn't involve you. Then do not involve me. You have no need to comment on us being partners. We're gonna get the plague. I know! Why are we going? That's such a dog shit choice, but whatever. Karma looks at me wide-eyed and a little shocked. Then a sort of knowing comes into his eyes and he smiles, just a little bit. Yes, I think you should go visit him, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get him off your mind, would you? Blech. He laughs a little before picking up his tray and rushing off to continue his shift. Bye, Karma. Miss you. I slowly make my way upstairs, my feet feeling heavy. For some reason, I feel like Karma was right. I make my way over to what I think is Rumpel's door. The door is slightly ajar, and I hear hushed voices on the other side. Those voices definitely belong to Anise and Rumpel. They're so recognizable. I slowly push the door open and quietly step inside, which is fucking crazy, by the way. This bitch still can't fucking knock. Rumpel and Anise are standing over the man, who is covered in blankets and coughing. A series of bottles sit on the table close by. None of the herbal remedies are working. We need a medicine for this. I'm sorry, I don't have any more money to offer, Rumpel. Anise, please don't sound so sad. You've already tried helping as much as you possibly can. It's my fault for promising to buy the medicine that we need. I glance at the table where a list is sitting. Beautiful cursive handwriting details everything that the patient needs. Everything is circled except for some medicine at the very bottom that has a star next to it. Is that Rumpel's handwriting? Suddenly the two of them turned. They both look shocked to see me. Can we just put a bell on her at this point? She needs one, cause we don't knock. Princess, what are you doing here? I came to see how you were doing. Princess, I'm fine, but... He glances down at the man on the bed. Anise sighs out a little bit. We've given him what we can, but the one medicine that we need is something that we can't afford. Even with the money I'm getting from Lady Parfait, it isn't enough. I walk into the room and glance at the list. I look over at the total for the medicine, then at the coins on the table that I hadn't noticed before. Did Rumpel use all his money for this stranger? What will happen if you do not get this medicine? Without this, the infection will spread, and he could... He goes silent as the man starts coughing again. I can read the answer in his eyes, even if he won't say it. The man could be in terrible danger. He could even die. Just the American healthcare system. I know, it's crazy that this is what we're doing. You know? Like... We're not even in America, but money is a problem. Constantly. That's just crazy to me. I don't get that shit at all. If I'm gonna write a game, goodbye money. Fuck you. I hate monetary systems. It's so ass. Rumpel looks defeated. He does not look like himself at all. I glance at the coins again, then at the list. Without a second thought, I grab both the list and the coins. Princess, what are you? I'll be back. I leave the room. Even with Anise and Rumpel protesting behind me, I make my way to my room where I pick up the bag of coins that the king gave me. Okay, sweet. I was really hoping we would do that. Otherwise I was gonna start yelling. That the king gave me when I went to the palace on the day that I was cursed. Then I head for the door. I immediately head for the medicine store that we always frequent. I count out the coins that I need to buy the medicine. This will take all of my money, but it wasn't as if I was going to use it for something else. I rush back to the marchand with the medicine in a little bag, hoping that this is the one that Rumpel needs. It is dark by the time I get back to the marchand. I make my way to Rumpel's room again and notice that he is sitting on a stool beside the patient's bed looking at him forlornly. When I enter the room, his eyes go wide. He seems even more surprised when I hand him the bag.
Princess, is this?
He opens the bag and lets the little vial roll into his hand. Slay! Show us that item!
How did you buy this?
I combined your total with the money I had left. Rumpel just stares at me, clearly flabbergasted. Then his expression morphs into something softer, something more relieved. He steps forward, and suddenly his arms are around me. Oh, Jesus. Why wasn't that a character picture? I don't know what those are called. We'll call it a special image. A special picture. He grips me tightly, and then I hear his voice in my ear. Please don't do that.
Thank you so much, Princess Wagon.
My heartbeat picks up slightly. It is so loud I think Rumpel might hear it, but when he pulls away, he does not say anything.
I'll have to thank you for this later, Princess, but for now, you should leave. I do not want you to get sick.
I'm too dazed to disagree. I nod my head quietly before moving stiffly toward the door. I glance back at Rumpel one last time, noticing that he is checking the man's temperature. The moment I leave, what if we didn't buy it? What if he just died? What then? The moment I leave the room, a flash of light emanates from my chest. I swear to God that didn't fucking happen in Rod's route, but whatever. Oh, wait, no. Her getting her shit didn't matter in Karma's route, I think. It was always a big deal in Rod's, but not in Karma's. It was very weird. Anyway, I absolutely touch the glass slipper at my neck and then pause as I stare down at it. I feel a soft gasp leave my lips when I notice the fragment of a second slipper. Image! Love her! I got my first good deed. I bought the medicine for Rumpel, but I only added a few more coins to buy it. So what I did today was considered a good deed? I can't believe she doesn't understand what being a good person is. That's fucking crazy to me. I don't get it. I'm confused, but at the same time, I am pleased that I actually managed to get a good deed. Now I only need 2 more. The next day, I go down to the tavern area to begin my work, but I'm there a little early. Waltz is working on his puppets at a table. Eyebrows furrowed in concentration. When I walk in, he looks up at me and smiles. Then he raises his eyebrow. Princess, congratulations. You got your first good deed. I did. I knew you could do it. I nod in response. His praise makes me feel oddly proud. Miss his ass. He's not, Rumpel isn't besties with Waltz, so he's not here as often, which is terrible. I continue my usual work, keeping an eye out for Rumpel as I work my shift, but he never appears. I used some of my money to save a man I don't know. Is this being good? I know, it's crazy. It's Baby. He has the Neverland curse, so he's Baby. I continue my usual work, keeping an eye out for Rumpel as I work my shift, but he never appears. A few days go by, and it is only after the man leaves, looking a lot healthier and stable than he was before, that I finally see Rumpel. He and the man speak at the front door to the tavern.
No, really, sir, I couldn't take anything from you.
Nonsense, you saved my life. I need to pay you back somehow. The man is holding out money to Rumpel, but Rumpel just shakes his head. I notice that there are dark circles under his eyes. Are there? Is that not how he normally looks? Be honest. And that he looks tired.
I didn't help you for the money.
But I insist.
That money could be spent on better things, like your family.
You may not take my money, but I promise I will pay you back.
Your health is all the reward I need, I promise.
I can't thank you enough. After the man leaves, I approach Rumpel. He turns to me and leans against the door. His smile is still tired but bright.
Ah, princess, come to heal my weary body, perhaps? I would so love another hug.
Ugh. My face becomes hot at the memory of Rumpel's hug from the other day, which wasn't a special picture, which is still fucking crazy to me.
Ah, the natural rouge of your cheeks is so sweet, princess. It makes me feel infinitely better. And your necklace seems different.
I reach up to touch the pendant. Every time I get a good deed, a piece gets added to my necklace.
Oh, right. You helped me with the medicine the other day. Of course that was a good deed, princess. It was very selfless of you. Thank you again for that.
That man tried to thank you too, but you refused his money. Why? And why did you spend your money on him? We spent our money on him too. Why are you bitching?
Because life is invaluable, princess. No amount of money could ever be more important than a person's life.
Even if it is someone you do not know?
Yes, because everyone has a life, princess. They have loved ones, families, sweethearts. And if I can help them, I will. And I will gladly spend any amount of money to do so.
Okay, fine. But why did you not accept any money from that man?
Because no amount of money.
You needed that money. How are you going to buy more medicines without any money? Rumpel's eyes widen. He was clearly not expecting me to ask that question.
But he said before he didn't have much money, and it was true. I can't take money from him when he doesn't have much of it to begin with.
He was thanking you with money. You should have accepted it. Parfait pays you, does she not? Rumpel's shoulders sag when he sighs.
Yes, even though I won't accept the money from her face to face, she has to sneak it into my wallet.
Okay, he's like an annoyingly good person. Like, it's pissing me off. He's so boring. Be a little evil or something. Like, why was he cursed? If he was cursed, I swear to God, I'll fucking kill someone. He is awful. Like, his personality is just atrocious. But, like, the fact that he's, like, a good person with, like, a dogshit personality that's absolutely fucking wild to me. But if the reason he was fucking cursed, and I had this, like, idea earlier on when we were talking about it, the game, not the us. We would never talk about anything regarding his arc because he's awful. But anyway, the reason he was cursed. Okay, I need to check my eye. Where the fuck did this money go? If I was annoying, I would sneak it back into Parfait's wallet, which I assume she has. Medieval wallet? I like to have a bit of fun. Anyway, if the reason he got fucking cursed is because he traded his curse. Oh my God. You wanna know fucking what? It makes sense. It fucking makes sense. If he asked the doctor, the witch doctor, who is obviously the woman from the journal. We mentioned her once earlier on. It's so fucking obvious that has to be her. Like, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way it's anything else. She likely took his memory to heal the boy or something. And that's why he was cursed. He was like, heal this kid. I can't heal him. And then she's like, okay, but you're getting cursed. And he was like, fine. Or whatever. That doesn't make any sense, but this game doesn't ever make any goddamn sense. Fritz dying in Karma's arc was crazy. But if you think about the fairy tale, right? The firstborn child. I'm really fucking thinking. So the boy might be a firstborn or something, and that's how they connect that element of the story. I'm just saying. Anyway, did I read this? If she does that, why not just accept it from her?
I'm trying to make a statement, princess.
Most annoying thing a motherfucker could do. And Parfait does not seem to care because she sneaks the money into your wallet regardless.
Oh, you have a point there.
You're stubborn.
We both are. Now, I have a question. Why did you use your money on that man? You knew nothing about him. Did you do it for him? For yourself? Or for me, perhaps? Bleh.
Rumpel grins at me mischievously. Even with the tired eyes, I can still see the bright cheer in them.
Hit the nail right on the head. Again. You're becoming easier to read, my sweet princess. Well, no matter why you did it, thank you. That medicine was necessary to help that man.
I still think you should have accepted money from him. You helped him, and did him a service that no one else would. You should have accepted his gratitude.
Princess, I told you.
I cross my arms and frown at him. You're so stubborn. Rumpel's smile falters, and he just looks at me sadly, almost guiltily. For some reason, the sight of him in such a state makes my heart sink. Wipe off that frown. You look better with a smile. Rumpel stares at me, shocked. Why is he staring at me like that?
You like my smile?
What? I did not say I...
You like my smile, and you complimented it too. Princess, you have no idea how much this means to me.
Rumpel throws his hands in the air. I resist the urge to roll my eyes at the exaggerated reaction. You get compliments all the time from women.
Yes, but none as honest as yours. That compliment is valuable because I know you absolutely meant it. So, I will keep those words close to my heart because they are precious to me.
This is a pretty backhanded compliment. He's taking what he can get. Because he's annoying. Like that, I fear, but whatever. It wasn't anything like the spectacular compliments he gives, yet he still looks so happy. You two seem to be getting along. Parfait appears behind us with a smile on her face. Sorry to interrupt, but Wagon, Karma is slowly drowning in table work. Would you help him? Yes, of course. Rumpel looks disappointed that I'm sent back to the bar, where Karma expresses immediate relief that I am back. Rumpel love him, shout out. I wish we were friends with everyone. I feel like that'd be a much more interesting way to go about each arc, but that would add at least 8 billion more words for each arc and would probably muddy the waters of the arc as a whole. I could handle it. I'm different. Anyway, Rumpel retires to his room earlier that day, and he is given the day off. Both Delora and Parfait can see the tiredness on his face just like I can. He does not reappear for the rest of the day. At the end of my shift, I retire to my room. When I get downstairs the next morning, I am met with a familiar sight. Both Karma and Rumpel stand on opposite sides of a table, their voices rising in argument. Why are they fighting again? I happen to catch their words as I walk quietly down the stairs. Who are you to criticize my work ethic when you were gone for several days, leaving me with your workload?
It wasn't like I wanted to, and who are you to criticize how I work?
All of the ladies I spoke to said that you shower them with compliments. What kind of professional behavior is that?
I'm having a hard time believing you're a professional with the way you flaunt yourself.
At least I don't flirt with people who attract their attention.
Well...
And you flirt with them and don't even realize the effect it has on other people.
Flattery is not a crime.
Just yesterday, the princess came to see you in your room, all because you gave her the impression that you liked her. Defending my honor? Karma cares about me in Rumpel's arc? That's crazy. Anyway.
Were you actually spying on her, and you call me uncouth?
No, I overheard her say it. I mean, we in a way, directly told him that we were leaving.
And you're wrong. I never say anything if it isn't truthful.
Ah, well then the truth of the matter is that you must be in love with many women. Because they all seem to think that you'll get down on one knee and propose to them. I can see why Karma would be upset about some shit, cause she has the curse that, like, you have to love her back for her curse to stop. So him lying to, like, not being, like, completely truthful about the way he feels and, like, leading people on would be fucked up for him. That's pretty... That's the one good thing they've fucking written in this entire this entire visual novel. That's fucking crazy.
You say some sly things, Miss Karma, and yet you're the biggest liar of us all.
Rumpel really has some problems with the whole transgender thing going on.
At least I don't lie to my partner.
Ugh, I don't want to defend him. How many bad decisions do we have to make to break the good ending? We make 3 decisions per chapter. Fine. I know it's defend Rumpel. I looked at it earlier. It's fucking defend Rumpel. I'm so pissed. Rumpel tells me that he never lies. He tells me that he wants me to trust him. Though I still find that hard to believe, I do want to trust him. I walk down the rest of the stairs and stop at Rumpel's side. Both men look equally surprised to see me there. Rumpel has never lied to me yet. Karma looks up and stares at me for a few moments, looking startled at my sudden appearance. Then he sighs.
Princess, a man that flatters everyone doesn't flatter anyone.
At least he's not so conceited that he flatters himself constantly.
Ooh!
Also, not to back up, but what happened to the chocolate lily? It's just chilling in our room, I guess. Just the one piece of it.
Such a sharp tongue you have, Princess.
And you are very quick to jump to assumptions.
You two are at it again?
Jurian stops at the table and frowns at them. Both men glance away from her cold gaze. Karma mutters something before excusing himself. Rumpel looks down at the table, his eyebrows knit together with frustration.
What is wrong with you two? Why can't you just be civil with each other?
Jurian, you're never here to see how these fights start. Karma is every bit a beast, attacking me for no good reason at all. But with your keen eye, you should be able to discern that, right?
Flattery won't work on me, Rumpel. And second, I doubt these fights start without any bit of prompting from you.
I swear I don't start anything. Karma is always irritable. He's like a woman during that one time of the month.
Are you fucking for... To the river with him. I agree. Electric chair. He's going first. Everyone line up. He's number 1. I cannot believe he just said that shit. I'm gonna kill myself. Jurian walks away stiffly, leaving me with Rumpel. I look at him, a little irritated by his earlier comment. He gives me a sheepish smile. I don't want to talk to you right now.
Thank you, Princess.
For what?
For defending me. I swear I meant what I said. I would never lie to you. I mean every one of my compliments, every one of my thank yous. You must know that, since you came to defend me.
Rumpel, sometimes you continue talking when nothing needs to be said.
But I am just expressing the depths of my gratitude.
It is not necessary. It was such a small thing, too. Oh, shit. What was her voice? I genuinely don't remember. Princess, can you help me with some inventory? Got it. I am coming. As I turn away, Rumpel waves.
I'll see you later, Princess.
Mouse, thank you.
Who knows? You might get your second good deed.
I resist the urge to roll my eyes. Feels like it will be a while yet before I can achieve my next good deed.
Chapter 6, baby! That's what we're fucking talking about.
Oh, what the hell? That was a bit abrupt.
What a brilliant...
God, we gotta stop starting chapters like this. I don't want to fucking talk to you anymore. I'm upset with you. Piss off.
What a brilliant day! The sun is shining, the town is full of laughter, and I have...
my sweet princess here to accompany me.
It sounds like I'm getting easier to read too.
No, you've just said it enough times that I memorized it.
That means you pay attention to my words. That in itself is a compliment, princess.
It is not. We are on our way to the usual store to restock our medicines when a small figure leaves out through the front door. Whoa! She has a face! That's fucking crazy! Who's this? Hello? That's wild! She stares at us with a lost look on her face. Rumpel reacts immediately, making his way over to her with a broad smile.
Madam, I cannot help but notice the pained expression on your beautiful face. Is there anything I can do to assuage your worries? For seeing your lovely face shadowed by such sadness stabs me right in the heart.
I don't even know what to do with her. I guess she'll just be normal. The woman stares at Rumpel, dumbfounded. I can't come up. I mean, she's got a face. Do we do a voice for her? Let's just do robot. I mean, I have it, like, fresh voice, so robot it is. The woman stares at Rumpel, dumbfounded. His smile wavers, and he takes a step back, suddenly looking alarmed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's you.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is awkward, madam, but I'm afraid I don't know you.
What?
Or do I? Do I know you?
The boy didn't have a face. He was a new model, but he still didn't have eyeballs. So why does she have eyeballs? I take a step forward and look at the woman flatly. He has been cursed. He has amnesia. Amnesia. Woman stares at Rumpel, scrutinizing him. You do seem different. Changed from before, in any case.
So you knew me before. How terrible it is of me to forget such a lovely face. But perhaps you could help me remember.
The usual flirty suggestion is in his voice, but the woman seems unaffected. I can help you remember.
You can?
It's no wonder I can't remember your name. You have the fairy tale curse, don't you? I want to say ex-wife. That would be absolutely fucking wild. I'm so on board. Who is this woman? You truly don't remember me.
I'm sorry.
The woman looks afflicted, but the expression is gone as fast as it appears. I'm Bria, your fiance. You were so close. Your fiance. Where did we... This really throws a wrench in things. What? The shock is apparent on my face, but nowhere near as impressive as the astonishment on Rumpel's face. That's fine, I guess. I mean, it's the only option.
My fiance?
She has to be lying. How can Rumpel possibly have a fiance with the way that he is?
Got his ass.
Oh shit, happy 905 everybody! He is barely able to dedicate himself to a single woman for an hour. Bria takes a step forward and takes Rumpel's hands in her own. I'm sorry, I don't understand how that's possible. Where has he been? Was she looking for him? What the fuck is going on? I don't get it. Anyway, thank you all for your happy 905s. I have to run an ad and I have to piss. So now that 905 has passed, I am no longer concerned about it. I will return shortly. Everyone sit tight. I'm so fucking excited to get back to this. That's crazy. Okay, I'm back now. I was gonna complain about how they have like no design chemistry, like they look really shitty standing next to each other. Like Karma and Rumpel look better standing together than they do. She barely looks like a character that should exist in the game. I don't know how to describe it. Thank you, it is good to be back. But then I remembered that Rumpel is just straight ugly, so he'd look weird next to fucking anybody. So, anyway. You don't remember holding my hand like this when you took me to the forest and proposed to me? Rumpel opens his mouth, but no words escape. He reminds me of a lost dog with all of a sudden, with his eyes so wide. Bria runs her fingers over his hands. I loved you, you love me, and I still love you very much. This is awkward.
I don't remember this.
How can I help you remember? Rumpel's voice is faint, but still he tries to smile.
The circumstances of the curse tell me that I need to remember through memories and, a journal somehow.
Girl, he doesn't remember you. That's really weird. A journal? I have your old journals. I can show you the very first love letter you wrote to me. Bria starts walking, her hands still clasped in Rumpel's. I stare after them for a few moments, trying to piece together what is happening in my head. I chase after them. Bria enters a house, one that Rumpel stares at in awe. When she comes back out, she is holding a journal. She hands it to Rumpel, then opens up to the first page. This is a little embarrassing, but there it is. You compiled your letters into a journal. Rumpel slowly reads over the words, and I notice the strange glazed look come back into his eyes as his expression grows more somber. This is like last time when he remembered that he was a doctor. Bria turns to me as Rumpel is reading, and her eyebrows arch. And who are you? His partner. Partner? We're helping each other with our curses. Oh, you're cursed too, you poor thing. Bria's voice is flat. She is glaring at me beneath her smile. Who is this? What the fuck is going on? I have done nothing to merit this distrust from her. And I cannot bring myself to trust her either. Yeah, I'm getting terrible vibes.
Bria!
Rumpel looks up from the journal and stares at her. Yes, sweet. Rumpel's melancholy expression throws me off. Last time he was so excited when he realized he was a doctor, but now his expression is heartbreaking.
I remember! I did propose to you. Ugh. In the forest when it was dark,
You set up little lights around the clearing. We spoke for a while, and then when you got down on your knee, you dropped the ring.
It had fallen into the roots of some tree.
We only noticed it when a bird came down to pluck it out of the bramble. I had no idea what you were looking for, but I still chased after the bird.
And you got the ring back, and you knew?
Bria holds out her hand, and I notice a beautiful red-green gem on her ring finger. Ooh, that's nasty. That isn't a third of his income, or whatever the rule for wedding rings is. Break up with his ass! He got that from the dollar store. That's not a Tiffany, girl. Get out of there. It was still charming, though. I laughed for so long because it felt so memorable. Plucking your engagement ring out of a bird's beak.
You're right.
Rumpel smiles a little uncertainly. In that moment, I feel him turn away from me. He does not even realize I am there, standing with Bria. Girl, that's a mood ring, yeah. Yuck. Yikes. Why am I feeling so uncomfortable? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even have to be into the guy. I'd be uncomfortable myself. That shit's crazy. You said you were... I just trying to remember her voice. It's Robot, it's okay. You said you were helping Rumpel with his curse, yes? She turns to me. There is no worry. I can help him now. This is what couples do. I have to force the pity out of my heart. I have to force myself to think rationally. Something still feels off about this, but Rumpel remembers. which means this is the truth, isn't it? Hold on. No? Oh. I am still his partner. That feels correct. We're on chapter 6 now. I still feel something is wrong. I do not trust this woman. Do you know anything about him, dear? Have you helped him regain any of his memories?
She was with me when I regained my memories. Wagon is a very valuable good luck charm.
Rumpel flashes a small smile at me before turning to Bria. Her eyes seem a lot colder now. Tell me, what do you go by now? Until we figure out your name, I need something to call you. Well, you're gonna love it's the ugliest shit. Gonna be a plot twist where he broke up with her before he lost his memories or something. That would be fucking crazy and also awesome.
Rumpel.
Bria's cold gaze falls on me, and I can sense something in them that surprises me. Jealousy? Why would she be jealous of me? Rumpel, would you maybe want to come back home with me?
What?
I know you must be overwhelmed, but our home might be able to help you remember some things.
I'm sorry. I actually have a patient somewhere else that I need to tend to.
Bria's eyes flash briefly. Her frown is there for a few seconds before she smiles again. You were always good with your patients.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I understand that you're overwhelmed. But remember, now I am here for you too. I want to mend things to make them go back to what they were before. Maybe she cursed him. So then she could help him regain his memories in the way she wants him to. That's crazy. Okay. How about you look over that journal, and when we meet again tomorrow, we can take this one step at a time.
I would like that.
We can get to know each other again, and in time, I'm sure you'll remember what we used to have.
I loved you.
And I did too. I still do. A slight shiver runs down my spine as I stare at the two of them. There is that uncomfortable feeling once again. Bria and Rumpel agree on a spot to meet tomorrow, and then she leans up to kiss Rumpel on the cheek. Yeah, something's up here. I know, it's really weird. He puts a hand on his cheek as she walks off with a gentle smile on her face. Are you okay? He looks at me, and for a few moments I feel that his gaze lingers longer than it normally does on my own eyes. Then he smiles and laughs.
Of course I am, Princess! I just remembered something about my own past. I'm guessing that second entry has appeared in my journal by now. I can't wait to get back to the margin to read it. Bria has the rest of my journals, so I might truly be able to remember everything if I talk to her.
Including your love for her? He sighs out, but before he proclaims that we should finish our errands. I follow him around town, though the scenery lacks its usual vibrancy. Interestingly enough, it is more saturated than it is normally. Or like there's something weird going on about it. Or maybe it's darker or some shit. I don't know how to describe the visual. Rumpel doesn't speak to anyone, not even the girls, while we walk. He keeps his eyes focused on the ground, and when he speaks to the shop owners, his cheer is lukewarm at best. I try to start a conversation with him many times, but he shies away from talking. I feel like there's something he is not telling me. Yes! Some fucking intrigue, dude. God damn! His shit's been so boring up until now. When we arrived at the margin, Rumpel quickly excuses himself, not even sharing his epiphany about his past with anyone. What has him so bent out of shape? He just regained another memory. I'm assuming he is going to go read about it now. It is not like him to hide things. I hope Rumpel is okay. Cool. I loved talking to Karma for one sentence. That was really great. Or maybe this is just how it normally looks and I'm like lying to myself, but it feels different to me. It has been about a week since Rumpel regained his last memory and has been meeting with Bria since then, but he still hasn't told me about the memory from the journal. He does not flirt with any girls, and when he sees me sees me, his smile looks broken. He spends his days visiting Bria and tending to Parfait. You're worried about Rumpel, aren't you? Why would I be worried about him? Because Rumpel is no longer able to run errands with me, Waltz decided to take his place. Absolute king. He loves taking people's places and talking to us when no one else will. But Waltz's presence cannot make up for Rumpel's absence. In a couple of arcs it will. He'll be fine, Princess. He's still figuring things out. I do not trust that woman. His fiancé? His fiancé? She appeared out of nowhere. People who aren't cursed can't find the tavern, Princess. She would never have been able to find him. So really, the only place she could have met him was out here in nowhere. I can tell he is teasing me, but it does little to lift up my spirit. Whatever, I don't care. I know. Waltz sighs. If you don't trust her, why not ask around for her? She obviously does not want to talk to me. No, I mean, ask the others about her. So long as you find a way to phrase your intentions honestly, I think they might understand you. Hold on, so how did that one guy find him? He was cursed. That was the retcon we added later on, is that the guy was cursed. So that was how, it was a one-off sentence. So it was like, oh yeah, we have canonical lore that we need to work within. And then kind of threw it in there. It was bad. Rumpel says my honesty is good, but I also know that the way I speak frustrates many people. Come on, I'll help. Waltz approaches a flower shop where several people are gathered to look at the fresh flowers. Excuse me, madam, sir. I was wondering if you knew anything about someone named Bria. We hear that she's engaged to a friend of ours, but he hasn't said much about her. Ugh. Everyone calls me blunt, but I would never question others so openly. Does Waltz really expect the people to be so open to him? Oh, if it isn't Waltz, doing a little investigative work, are you? A detective? I wish. Man, a detective would have been such a cool character. Just looking to find out more about someone important to a friend. Not going to put this in one of your shows, are you? Waltz raises an eyebrow and laughs. Of course not. Everyone just trusts Waltz. I suppose he must speak to people often, being a performer. They would probably never suspect Waltz to do anything morally questionable. And yet, with me, they were suspicious of everything that I did. I guess it's a good thing Waltz is here. I stifle a sigh as the so-called investigation begins. But Bria, I was under the impression that her fiancé wasn't seeing her anymore. Bria, oh, poor Bria. I heard that poor dear made a mistake and that her fiancé threw her out for it. Also, he looks like a child. That's true. No one would be mean to him. He's 12. Is she engaged to someone new now? I'm not surprised, given the affair that she had on her first fiancé. Ugh. Excuse me, what did you just say? Oh, you aren't aware? I'm terribly sorry. Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything. You said she cheated on her first fiancé? She was engaged to some man, a doctor, I believe. He was a good man, always smiled, helped everyone, including the poor. I don't see how she would have the gall to do it, but the rumors state that she was seeing another man. I think I saw them out together sometimes. He was a rich businessman. Who was he? I believe he was one of the doctor's patients. Did anyone see this for sure, ma'am? Oh, lots of people did, and that's why the poor man stopped seeing her. Bless his heart, he looked heartbroken. But then the two of them were engaged, so she should have been more committed to him. When Bria first approached Rumpel, she had no idea he had amnesia. She started apologizing to him. Was it for that affair, or am I just speculating? We thank the woman for her help before continuing to ask around the town for more information. The more we hear, the more certain we become. She cheated on him. Princess, I know what you're thinking, but it would be incredibly rash to tell Rumpel about this. But she's lying to him. So in a way, she was his ex-wife. Yeah, so you got it in the end. Congratulations. I can still remember the sadness in his eyes. Maybe somewhere deep down he still knows. Did his journal entry not say anything? You could try talking to him, Princess, but without any evidence, we're just going off rumors. If you were wrong, I think that will hurt the situation a lot more. I am forced to acknowledge Waltz's reasoning. As much as I want to tell Rumpel right now, I do not know where he is. We finish our errands for the day and then return to the March Inn, where I complete my chores around the tavern before retiring to bed. My favorite locale. Later that night, after turning for hours in bed without any success of sleep, I make my way downstairs for a glass of milk. I stop abruptly at the sound of hushed voices. I mean, we have multiple witnesses, it sounds like, so we just go back and we're like, hey, Rumpel, here's someone who knows your wife and has well, I guess it would just be a he said, she said situation, but, you know, still. Okay. Parfait and Rumpel are sitting together at a table, their voices soft. It means a lot to me that you're still taking care of me, even with everything that you have on your plate.
When things are uncertain as they are right now, the little things that remain the same are actually comforting.
What, no compliments tonight? He clears his throat.
Lady Parfait, I always find comfort in your presence.
Your heart's not in it, is it? Please don't stress yourself out trying to take care of me. I've seen the orders of the medicine and the dosages. I can take care of myself, Rumpel.
I owe you and Lady DeFlora for letting me stay here. Even now you could have kicked me out, and yet I'm still here.
This isn't the confident Rumpel that I'm used to seeing. It's rather heartbreaking to see you like this, you know? Parfait's eyes drift past Rumpel, and she sees me before I can dart away. I think you're worrying your partner, too. Rumpel turns in his seat and stares at me.
Princess!
I slowly make my way toward them.
I'm sorry, Princess. I haven't been trying to help you at all.
It is fine. Parfait is right, though. It is not like you to be so pitiful.
Ah, your words are still as sharp as ever.
What's that woman been telling him? Oh, I read that wrong. Yeah, apparently terrible, mean, evil, awful things, because he's a shell of a man now. And I prefer it. He's better now. I glance at Parfait curiously. The light of the tavern lights up her face dimly, making it look more ghostly than usual. She looks sicklier. Do you think I look like a ghost, Princess? Okay, I'm sorry. It feels like every character can read our mind. You know what I mean? Like, Karma was the worst for a second there. Like, he just kept saying shit that sounded like he knew exactly what we were thinking. And then Rumpel has done it a couple times, and now she's doing it too. Slow down. That's enough. I've had enough. Did I read this? I'll do it again. Do you think I look like a ghost, Princess? Yes. By the time night comes around, I am utterly exhausted. You said you were like this because of the Tenenbaum Lucius you have to take care of. That's correct. I used to be able to watch it more easily, but now with the balance between both crystals lost in the kingdom, it's getting harder. This responsibility is a big burden. It is a heavy toll on my body. But that doesn't diminish any of my pride. I am proud to bear this responsibility. Someone needs to do it, and I am very glad I can help so many people through bearing this burden. What would happen if you just let the responsibility go? There would be even more chaos than there is now. And what of the Tenenbaum bearer? Would they not help you with your stress? There is no Tenenbaum bearer currently. What? Parfait stares at me for a few moments, a complicated expression on her face, then suddenly she sighs. Please do not worry about me, Princess. I've lived a good life. I just want to do more good while I still live. And I am very lucky to be surrounded by so many good people. Anyway, the two of you should be off to bed soon. I can tell you're both tired. Parfait pauses to look at me, eyebrows slightly arched. Oh, but before you go, there was something I meant to ask you. Ask me? Man, we haven't seen Delora at fucking all. This is boring. I miss her. Parfait crosses her arms and looks at me tersely for a few moments. The look is so unlike her that it almost concerns me. She looks uncertain of something, though I cannot imagine what it is. What could she want to discuss with me? I wanted to ask if you were free the day after tomorrow. I'm free whenever my schedule says I am. Then if you could spare 20 or so minutes, I want to speak with you about something. Very important. Important? I suppose you could say it is related to your curse. Fine. Parfait's...
I know she's the Tenebrar bearer. I've played the game so many times, I don't care about being told anymore. Please, God.
Parvati smiles at us before walking back to her room, leaving me alone with Rumpel. Oh, good, my other favorite voice. Rumpel smiles at me uncertainly. For a few moments, I think he might actually talk to me, but then he rushes off after giving me an apology. Well, he's gone, I guess, so. Why can't we just talk about it now? I know! Like, we announced it I think, in Karma's arc in front of literally everyone. Because everyone knew but us. So, we could have just said it, to be honest. I watch him walk up the stairs, my heart sinking. I need to know what is going on with him. A couple days later, today is my day. I keep on the lookout for Rumpel. Eventually, I see him making his way down the staircase. He does not look quite as disheartened as last night, but his expression is still rather somber. He says good morning to everyone as he usually does, and then walks out through the front door. And that is my cue. Falling behind Rumpel without being seen proves to be remarkably easy. Here's something important to tell you, but I'll do it tomorrow. Good night. I think she said the day after tomorrow. And today's my day off. So just do it today. Or, like, ideally last night. But today, I'm free. I'm free as hell. So just, right now is great. Right now would be perfect. But anyway, even if he is perceptive, he won't be expecting me to follow after him when I normally work during these hours. He makes his way through town until he suddenly comes to a stop at a little cafe in the main plaza. It is cleverly hidden, just slightly out of view, not at all in plain view like the rest of the shops. Bria is sitting, waiting for him at a table with a journal. The way she smiles at him numbs my heart. I make my way over to the nearby fountain and crouch beside it to keep out of their view. Crouch. Anyway, I continue the conversation just barely from where I sit. You know, I'd been searching for you for a long time when I saw you. You suddenly disappeared from the house one night, and I couldn't find you.
Why? Why did I leave the house?
I don't know.
Was it a fight?
No, not a fight. We barely ever fought. We made a promise when you gave me this ring. We promised we would never make each other sad. I close my eyes and breathe. Classic thing to do. Bria's words drive a bitterness through my heart after everything I'd heard. It is possible that those rumors were baseless, but isn't it also possible they were the truth? And Rumpel mentioned a fight. Now is my chance to tell him. This would be a really bad time. Reconsider. What a weird way to write that choice, but whatever. But if somehow everything that we heard was one big lie, would I hurt Rumpel? I also have my pride. What? I'm not gonna think on that too hard. I cannot just accuse someone, even if I feel that Bria is guilty of something. I step away from the fountain, meaning to head back the way that I came. Even if the situation sounds wrong, I feel that Rumpel would hate me getting involved. I'm surprised then when he calls my name.
Princess? What are you doing here?
Ugh. He saw me? Did he know I was behind the fountain? Spying, are we? I make my way over to the table, to where Rumpel is looking at me with worry, and Bria is openly scowling at me. Is there something wrong, Miss Partner? Not with me, but perhaps with you. Okay, apparently we aren't reconsidering. Just learned that there's a Shrek grave that'll be in our state. Close? Or like, is it a drive? Is it a bit of a drive? Let me know. You feel? Girl, we had like 6 people that told us it was true. I mean, you know. You never know. Rumors are wild sometimes. Excuse me. You seem to have quite the reputation. Sorry, very off topic, but Grand Rapids. Okay. I won't ask any more questions about it. But I do have several. Did I read that? Probably.
Princess!
I have no idea what you're talking about, but taking people's words at face value is foolish. I'm loving the rub out. Me too. It worked out so well. Mother would have said the same thing, but why would they lie? So it is not true that you were seeing another man. How dare you? Bria stands up and glares at me. I frown back at her. Her anger does not faze me. She seems like a petulant child. I can't stand jealous girls. They are the bane of my existence. And you're what, 18? 17, but what does that even matter? Wagon is an age is just a number ass bitch. Either way, there'd be just about a 6-year age gap between you two. Oh my god, he's elderly. What the fuck? I mean, he's ancient. Why is he so scared? My pencil.
24? Gods, am I really so ancient?
The two of us look at him in unison, then back at each other. I am here because I want to help my partner, and because you are lying to him. And who are you to say that I'm lying? You're a terrible little spy is what you are, hiding places to watch us, going around town asking about me. I'm telling you now that Rumpel doesn't need you, especially if you're the one spewing lies. Those words have no weight coming from a hypocrite.
Wait, ladies!
Forgot his voice suddenly. I'm really bad. I could never be a fucking voice actor. I'd be like, what was the voice again? Because I'd forget how to do it. Rumpel looks between the two of us, eyebrows furrowed, then he shakes his head. Oh, sorry, wrong voice.
Bria, I knew! It was in my journal.
What? Rumpel faces Bria, his expression crumpled.
It was that lord, wasn't it? The one I refused to take money from that one time I helped him.
Okay, you don't even take money from rich people? He's on my fucking shit list. Hey, isn't that the lady who cheated on her really nice fiance? Oh yeah, that's her. He knew! Yeah, that must have been why he was so sad. And he didn't take money from a rich person who ended up like being the man his wife cheated on him with. You need to find his ass and he needs to pay up. I'm sorry. Oh, that's crazy.
He told me himself. I think that's why this feeling inside of me is so mute right now. Why I was always having second thoughts about your stories. Bria, why didn't you ever tell me you were seeing him?
Okay, poor people, I get not wanting to take money from, but rich people who can pay? Yeah. Huh? How else are you supposed to buy the medicine that you're using to treat people if you don't take at least a little bit of cash? I don't... Oh, this shit's awful. They ruined it, by the way. I was like, wow, weird ex-wife, that's crazy. What'll happen? And then it was the most boring ass, she cheated on him. Shut the fuck up. God, be better. Hello? Damn.
I asked you that question back then too, but you never told me, and so I was waiting for you to bring it up again. I was waiting for you to explain. I was waiting for...
As if I could ever get anything through that thick skull of yours. Even I cannot stop myself from staring at her when she insults Rumpel, but with this she has admitted that the rumors are true. Even if I explained myself, all you would ever say was that you were sorry, but nothing ever changed. Wait, what the fuck? Also love that this convo's happening in the town square where everyone can hear it. Yeah, so like, everyone knows everything that's going on with everyone ever.
What did I do that was so wrong?
Look at you. What the fuck? Look at you. Even now you can't bring yourself to be angry at me. You know the truth, and instead of demanding to know why I did what I did, you keep asking what you did wrong. But you'll never realize what you did wrong, Rumpel. Never. Why, though? Some things never change. Bria scowls as she makes her way around the table. Rumpel tries to call her back, but Bria only frowns as she walks off. No, dude. Me too. What the fuck is going on? I don't get it at all. Rumpel lets out a long sigh.
And there go all of my journals, too.
Right, he said that Bria had all of his old journals. I am sorry.
Huh?
I only made things worse. I'm still not entirely sure what they were talking about, but...
Princess, you don't have to apologize for anything, though.
Oh.
I would like... I would like you to apologize for shedding some light on my age.
What?
Am I really, truly that old?
24 isn't even old. I know I made jokes about him being old or whatever, but that's just because she's 17. So 24 is ancient in comparison to being 17. Are you crazy? Are you insane? I'm sorry. So she cheated on him because he did something wrong, but doesn't tell him what he did wrong, so the cheating is his fault. That was the vibe I was getting. This dude, Rumpel's arc is ass. I'm dating our stepbrother at this point. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up, but I miss it in comparison to this. This is garbage, dude. Because he's like a really good person, except for like the weird shit that he does is weird about Karma. Because Karma's reasoning to not like him pretty much checks out for me. They had one good plot point. How do you fuck it up? I agree entirely. They goofed it so bad. They flubbed it. They fumbled so bad. How could they? And every single character image or special picture is just them sitting next to each other. You know? Like, there's supposed to be, like, tension between the two characters. We're supposed to build it up and be like, wow, they're romantically interested in each other. But we know that Rumpel's interested in us already, and it takes Wagon forever to fucking get to that point. So, like, there's just nothing going on. It's too out in the open and clear. I don't get it. This is ass. I'm fucking flabbergasted that anyone thought this was good. Personally, if I picked Rumpel, I'd be disappointed. On purpose. We're obviously doing it out of necessity. We've got to play all 5 routes. But if I went into the game and was like, Rumpel's the one that I'm the most interested in, I would be pissed off that this is how it was going. But whatever. Like, why would she even want him back if he did something wrong? Like, she went after him to leave her again. What the fuck? I know! Really weird. Very bizarre. And from the sounds of it, Rumpel was the one who broke up with her? But she was, like, being weird about it and, like, blaming it. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's very weird. Goodbye. Suddenly he looks disgruntled, but the look of distraught on his face is almost comical. I cannot help it when I smile and then start to laugh.
Do my ears deceive me? Is that wonderful sound coming from your mouth, princess? How precious!
It's just, you are an old man. Ooh. And now that we're talking about their ages, it does look like he's really old in comparison. I don't know how to describe it. It's really weird.
If I'm an old man, then I'm young at heart.
Age is just a number looking ass.
Besides, I would be a lot more offended if you weren't smiling when you said that.
After a few moments, Rumpel sighs and shakes his head.
I'm sorry you had to see all that. I knew there was more to the story than Bria was letting on because I read the memory in my journal.
You knew about the nobleman? Why did you not say anything?
Like I said, I was waiting for her to say something. I wanted her to open up about it honestly.
Bria is undoubtedly bold, but I doubt she is at all honest.
The journal entry! I never read it to you.
You have been distant the last week.
I have been, and I'm sorry for that. But allow me to enlighten you.
Rumpel gestures to the chair that Bria had been sitting in, and I take a seat opposite him.
First, the nobleman was one of my patients. He had a grievous sickness that no one else had been able to cure.
I cannot help but remember the little boy with the impossible sickness. It seemed he was drawn to Rumpel too. Rumpel was not able to help that boy on his own either. Some woman offered her assistance. Did you manage to cure him with the help of that same woman?
It's another cryptic entry, but yes, the mysterious woman from the first entry reappears. We strike another deal, but I cannot remember the deal at all.
Maybe we're doing it 3. It's gonna be the opposite. He is Rumpelstiltskin, but it's the woman asking him to, well, the patient, did he give his firstborn or something? That's fucking hilarious. What I think we're doing is the deal we strike is, like, Rumpelstiltskin in the fairy tale is like, hey girl, you need that straw turned into gold? Worry not, I'll do it for you. And starts spinning the straw into gold, right? But instead of the situation being turn straw into gold, his situation is heal this person for me, please. So we're gonna get a third one. And that's gonna be the Rumpelstiltskin curse. I don't know how that connects to him losing his memory. Maybe he didn't guess the witch's name. Because she was known as the witch doctor. So maybe she has a real name and he didn't guess it, so then his memory got taken away or something? I don't know. I'm speculating at this point.
We strike another deal, but I cannot remember the deal at all. All I know is that afterwards I did something to make Bria hate me, and she began seeing the nobleman. Or maybe it was before that. Maybe she was just unhappy. She won't explain why.
She still cheated on you. That is her fault, not yours. Rumpel nods absently. I can tell he is not convinced.
In any case, even though I can't remember the entirety of what happened, every time I thought of Bria, I thought of our love in the past tense.
Rumpel frowns, but it is fleeting. Suddenly he is smiling again.
Let's head back for now, Princess. I'll figure out how to reach Bria later.
I follow Rumpel back to the margin. Though he seems fine for a time, Rumpel's somberness returns as we head back. He looks like he is trapped in his thoughts. He needs the rest of his journals, but how is he going to get a hold of them now? Oh, princess, you're here. Sorry we're late. My princess? The princess is gracing us with her presence? Parfait said a few days ago that she had something to discuss with me, so I'm here. Then let's get straight to it, shall we? She plops down on one of the chairs and Parfait sits down gracefully beside her. Oh, I miss Dolores so much. She's the best fucking character, without a doubt. Princess, the other day you asked me about my responsibility and briefly about the Tenebrarum bearer. I did, but what does this have to do with me? It has everything to do with you, because when it comes to that second inquiry, the answer is right here. Laura points at me. I stare at her, not comprehending. Princess, the bearer to the Crystallum Tenebrarum. Crystallum Tenebrarum is you. What? I'm not able to even feel shock, just confusion. But How do I have anything to do with these crystals? See, I told you she'd be confused. It's because we started backwards. I'm so sorry, Princess. I do not understand. You remember the story about the crystals, Princess. For a time, the crystals were in complete balance. Even the witches who drew on negative energy were respected. Then one day, Hans wrote the fairy tales. Witches were suddenly painted as villains. Humans attacked the witches, trying to drive them out. Their leader, who just so happened to be my best friend, was hard-pressed to keep the peace. She was the original bearer of the crystal. But as witches were killed and thrown out, she found her patience wearing thin. So start forwards. So true. I was about to be like, yay, we went through it so fast this time, but we had to re-explain because we didn't get it. Also, the fact that Parfait was best friends with our mom is fucking crazy. Like, that's wild. So it's implied that she was a good person at first, but shitty later on. Which is interesting. But we don't get to see it. She killed a human, the ultimate taboo, and there was nothing we could do but try to stop her. The bearer, the leader of the witches, and the leader of the witches, and bearer of the Crystallum Tenebrarum is someone you know, or someone you knew. Oh my god, it was your mom! That's it, that's all you gotta say. She erased all your memories, made you think that the fairy tales were evil, that humans were terrible. Ugh! I feel something dark stirring inside of me. A sharp pain cuts through my heart, making it hard to breathe. The previous bearer of the crystal was your mother, Princess, Hildur, the leader of the witches. That is impossible. Mother was not a witch. But she was, the strongest of us all. And then she died. That's fucking hilarious. When she died, she kept some of her power sealed within the crystal, which is why it still allows the fairy tale curse to be spread. What kind of lie is this? I cannot use magic, and Mother never told me that she was a witch. She would have told me. It sounds like it, doesn't it? But I assure you, Princess, we wouldn't ever lie to you about something like this. As impossible as it seems, you are a witch. Your power won't manifest until you're 18, and at that time, you will inherit control of the crystal. Since your birthday is soon, this was the last chance we had to teach you goodness. Your mother's been shielding you from it for so long. We trusted you were different from her, and you are. But we've only got one piece, though, so far. We really gotta fucking kick it into gear. But Mother was the only one that ever loved me. She stole away your memories and made you hate the world. Delora. She was fostering hatred in you, making you just like her. You do not know anything about Mother. I stand up, rage coiling inside of me like a snake. And then it's funny because we get angry and then we leave and then we're fine with it like maybe 2 days later. It's like literally whatever. And we do the time, and we time skip the days we care. Wagon, I know a lot about her, more than you will ever know. No. The truth is hard, Princess, but eventually we all have to face it. Hildur was my beloved friend. Facing her was the hardest thing I've ever done. We only want to help you. Well, you are not very good at it. I turn on my heels and storm out of the room. I feel that there was more to what Delora and Parfait wanted to say to me, but I cannot stand to hear it right now. I walk into the clearing and sit against a tree, furiously rubbing at my eyes as I try to clear my dangerously watery eyes. What else would you be clearing, girl? You're rubbing furiously at your eyes. Showing emotions is weak. I sit there for a long time in the clearing, trying to calm myself. My thoughts spin wildly out of control.
Princess!
I see him out of the corner of my eyes, standing between two trees, his eyebrows knit together with worry. What? Were you listening?
Listening? No. I just came to look for you in your room, and when I came downstairs, Parfait told me you had run out into the forest.
Dangerously watery? You gonna cause a flood? I hope so. Then I can drown and not have to finish this arc.
May I sit next to you?
This bitch loves sitting next to us. I say nothing as he walks over to me. He sits down beside me, his hands resting on his knees as he looks up at the canopy of the trees.
Thank you for today, Princess, for coming after me and trying to make things right.
I'm not in the mood to talk about this right now. My thoughts are too scrambled.
Sometimes truths are hard.
How do you know it was the truth?
A feeling. Trusting people is hard sometimes, I understand.
He looks at me, his eyes seemed. Where did I get expression? I don't know, but I got it somewhere, and his eyes seemed to glimmer softly in the moonlight.
Would you like someone to listen to your problems, princess?
Remain silent. Huh? But like, why? I'm going insane. That's fucking crazy. Whatever. My problems. Why would he want to know about my problems?
I understand what it's like, princess, to have a secret stuck inside of you.
We just learned the secret. We're really okay.
To want to keep things to yourself because you're worried that someone will prove you wrong. But you can...
Did that make any sense? I'm not gonna reiterate it.
But you can always talk to me about it.
Why are you so interested in my problems?
I told you before that the best thing you can do is listen to a person. That's how you learn to sympathize. Besides, I honestly care about you. I will always listen to you, princess.
I'm gonna pass out. This is so dumb. I agree. His arc is so bad. I want to go to bed. Rumpel reads. Luckily, it's 9:55. But also, we're really close to the end of the chapter. That was the last choice in the chapter. Hold on. Let me double check before I go making claims. What the hell? Yes, it is. We're on chapter 6. I gaslit myself into thinking we were in chapter 7. That'd be too kind. Anyway, Rumpel slowly reaches out to rest his hand on top of mine. I sit up straight and I stare at him, my eyes wide. Rumpel smiles at me, a slow, soft smile that crinkles the edges of his eyes.
Seeing such a beautiful lady close to tears makes my heart break, you know. But if you ever need to cry, you should. Tears aren't weakness. They're just a form of expression, and even the strongest of us cry.
I'm not going to cry. My mind reels and then starts to feel fuzzy.
Definitely the Ice Princess.
The title startles me out of my thoughts. I stare at him pointedly, beginning to grimace, but Rumpel just smiles.
I always thought it was a delicate name, suitable for a strong, beautiful woman. Seeing you like this, it makes me realize the name suits you.
Perhaps if everyone else meant it that way, it would not be so terrible a title. Rumpel slowly takes his hand away and smiles. Though he insists on hearing me out, I insist on the opposite. For now, I want to keep what I discussed with Parfait and Delora to myself. I still need time to process it. For tonight, I just want to forget that the conversation ever happened. For some time, the two of us are silent. There are no words exchanged between the two of us, but the silence is comfortable. Then eventually, Rumpel puts a hand on my shoulder.
Things will work out, princess.
I hope so. I stand and excuse myself. Good night, Rumpel. I turn and walk away.
Good night, my sweet princess.
Chapter 7. Let's fucking get in there. That's right. That's fucking right. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Gotta shut the fuck up. No spoilers. Yes. Alright. Quit. Yes. Okay. We got through what chapter were we on before we started this? 3? We got through 3 chapters today? Let me double check. Sneeze. Yeah, okay. We went through 2, 3. Yeah. Because we went chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. So we've got 7, 8. I gotta stop spoiling myself by looking. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It was in fact 3. What do we think? We feel like a raid or what's good? I'll do whatever. Oh, hi, Frogan. Not just like, oh, so true. We'll rate in him. Baldur's Gate 3. Cool. I've always wanted to see that one. I'm lying. I don't, but that's okay. He's our bestest buddy. Okay, we'll go hang out with him. Thank you everybody for bearing with me during, the the worst fucking arc in Cinderella phenomenon to date. Rumpel's route is so. I agree. You're very welcome, stream. I will see everybody tomorrow for Luigi's Mansion. Hell yeah, that's what we're fucking talking about. Remy should be back on Monday for Toontown. So worry not, you will not be starved for long. But then you will again. We don't have to talk about it. Anyway, Godspeed out there. I love you.